So just some context on this game. 2002, we hadn't played AOK at least for probably a year after playing the Conquerors. Coming back to it that summer to play with some friends. And we decided to play free for all. So I was playing Vikings on Baltic, so we knew it was Baltic. When Vikings is 200 pop, yeah. Regicide, which is fun. John here was the homie Vikings. We had played a game years ago. He's James the First's friend, who's never died here, and this was our friend RJ, I guess, from this school. John, we had played back in the AOK days, like the heyday of the AOK, so a couple of years. This is 2002, so I guess like 3 years earlier or so. We had played a 1v1 game where he was winning. He was a really good player, but I kept like kind of delaying and chatting with him, and he was like eating his dinner, and that's the way it was. We chatted during the game, and I somehow came back, built up, got to Imperial, and actually won that game. He was really pissed off from that game. He was like yelling and swearing at his computer. He was like wanted to get a rematch, and I was like, haha, no, I'm not gonna rematch you because I didn't want to lose. Probably would have won that game. And I wonder if there's fog and water for this game. Oh, there is. Okay. So there's that context of that, and then we hadn't played for years. Hadn't seen each other in person. I don't think we ever met in person. We met through James. So this was kind of, I knew he was good, but I also was good if I played properly. And so I won't say what happened in this game. We'll get to this game at the end, but maybe I will say it at the end of the game. We actually met each other after this game, so I'll talk about that at the end. So I respected John and he respected me. Like, we both were people that play online quite a bit. James never really did at this point. He did once we got back in the game after this game. This was an epic game that I remember. Now, Baltic was one of my favorite maps too. I like having some of that water there. You can fish. You can wall off with different ways to get at each other, fighting on land and water. And so I'd say skill-wise we're about equal. James is a step lower, but knows what to do if he has time, and RJ's a complete noob, basically. So let's speed through this. So four-way free-for-all we got going here. Regicide, which is what we like to play. One, because you could have the king snipes and all of that back then, but also you started with more resources, sped up the game. So, I think I played Vikings late in my career too. Like when I'm talking about like the zone play, I liked their economy. They're really good on water maps back then. They still are, but more back then because of the lack of the earlier fireboats or whatever. Did I research spies or what? How did I see that, or was it just signaling randomly? See what everybody's scouting is looking like. See, homie, he knows. John knows what he's doing. He's scouting as well. Got a similar thing to me. Is he fishing though? I'm not sure if he is. Oh, yeah, he is. And he is as well. He knows to fish. And RJ doing nothing, I think. Just being a noob. Get a nice wall system up. I think I knew that John was going to be the threat too, so I targeted him. You can see the difference in play here. We actually have multiple TCs going here. We both got a fish boom going. Now, if I recall correctly, I built a fleet and troops, and that's the angle I wanted to hit him. Did I know he was walled off? No. Alright, may I find out here. I think we're just randomly signaling at each other or something, trying to psych each other out, maybe? I think after he saw my scout, he went and maybe walled off that area. In this game, John preferred longboats and I preferred galleys, if I remember correctly. Got the economy going. 87. Maybe outproducing him economy-wise, actually. But he's got ships going. With never die, I can see. Getting his double layer walls going. He's already got red side for the defensive wall system. I'm scouting him up, I think, with my fish boats, maybe. I'm just trying to see what he's got there. I've got my army ready here. He's attacking his fleet, defending him. Now, we talked about this game. I think it was that night or the next day. I think it was the next day we all met to see a movie. And we talked about the game there. We had both watched it. So we had both seen these things when they record the game. We talked about key moments. One of the key moments is coming up in this game right now. So I'm building up my fleet. But if I recall, yeah, I'm going to build an army. And remember, the Vikings have better champions, hit point wise. I'm going to land, hit him by sea and land with troops. That's the plan anyway. Since well, he's not walled off there, but I guess that was the plan. I was going to go the amphibious attack. Got my galleys. Not the range is not on them though. Oh, he's not on him either though. The range afterwards. Just take a quick look at what he's up to. Nothing. He did not. I think this was one of his first times ever playing, probably. Okay. Got the fleet, I've got rams, so I'm gonna go for the king, I guess. I'm gonna strike and try to go for the king, the red side. Got the troops loading up. He's got his fleet going here. And this is the interesting part. So we don't see each other here, I think. We just pass each other with our fleets. Remember this. We're both going after each other at the same time. I'm waiting for everything to load up. I need transfers to load up. Thing going on fast. It's starting to slow down here. Put on fast. If that makes a difference. It's normal speed anyway. So. Oh, come on, get your range upgrades, man. See, he's got his range upgrades. Oh, that's embarrassing. I didn't have it, but I think it made a difference. Definitely, it will make a difference in ship battles. Am I killing villagers? Yeah, I have to. I'm getting top capped here. Building more houses. I need a house. Got my troops, got my trebs, I think. Getting ready to go here. Finding out where the kings are, or they found out where our kings were. Spies have been. He's got the full range in his ships too. I do not, which is sad. I guess I just didn't realize it at the time, or I mean, I was rusty. And I knew you had to get range upgrades. I think I was so focused on the land army, I didn't have any archers. And it's actually slowing down the game right now. Here we go, it's moving. So see, this is where we're heading for each other, and we miss each other just by chance. We don't see each other in the fog of war. There he is, going straight across. Maybe I'll do his viewpoint to see if he sees me. I don't think so. I'm here and he's here. We literally missed each other. And that would have been an epic battle if we hit each other, but we just pass each other. I have my armada and my troops. He's got a large armada, and we just pass each other here. And blue too can be hard to see on this screen too. Let's see. Let's see. He's hitting me here, and then he's getting hit there. Same time, it's like, what the heck's going on here? This is one of my key mistakes here in the game is I don't notice him, or I think I go right by his ships here, and he gets free shots. He's hitting my ships here with his fleet, and I'm going here with my fleet. And I think because I targeted to go over there, I should have paid more attention. This is a big mistake in naval battles, is to pass the enemy without firing. Just getting free shots on me here. That is not good. What was I paying? I was paying attention over there at that time. So this is a big mistake on my part. Because I had superior firepower over here, I should be winning that battle. He's winning the one over here. Do I start fighting finally here? I run into his castle. I guess I was so focused on trying to get to this castle. Do I actually land these things? Let's see. Nope. Lost a bunch of troops there. So, failed attack here. Sad. And he's hitting me. Now, I think at this point I always realized, okay, I've lost the water. Let's try going for land here. I start expanding over there. Go for the king. The king is long gone. Now I've lost the water. I'm getting hit on the water. But I said, okay, I'll just go hit him on land, and I have resources now, which is nice. He has as well. Let's never die up to. He's got a nice army building up. Got his paladins, doing his defensive thing, carefully scouting, making sure everything's okay. And he's doing nothing. He's got a wall system up. So I've lost the water. I've decided to go here, and this is key now. I think one of my mistakes here is I hadn't scouted to see that he had the new wall system up again, so that gave him a chance to see me coming, because John is committed on water. He's got some berserks here. He's building up a defense, but I don't think he has a... I didn't think he saw me till I got there. He's just building up... Well, he's certainly getting some berserks. Maybe he did see me going in that direction. He saw I had buildings there. But I could have surprised him a bit more, but unfortunately then I run into these walls here. Oh, this is unpatched version, if I remember correctly, so the TCs don't cost stone, which is nice. So he's hitting me here. I'm hitting him here with Arbalists and Champs, and still don't have my range upgrades. This is embarrassing. Yeah, we were rusty. Alright, let's do that. So this is stage 2 of the battle. Stage 1 is here is the whole water incident, and then we were fighting here in the north. That slowed me down a bit getting through there. Back then you could just plop down a TC anywhere. No stone, worry about that. That's establish your base. I mean, you still do that now, but it's more of an investment. It gave him a little more time to get another castle up, some more defense. The traps. John's ships being here is important, by the way. I think they scare Neverland at some point when he's heading my direction. Having a big battle over here. He's low on resources too, but he puts it all into his army. He's got his econ back here. John was good in putting it all in his army. If he's gonna lose, he's gonna lose having spent all his resources. And getting those skirmishes was key. Because this is one of those games where I got a lot of respect for skirmishes. They actually do quite well against me. Maybe partially I don't have my full upgrades, but I thought I had him in a good position right now. Definitely getting the skirmishes and then getting elite skirmishes helped turn the tide here, if I remember correctly. killing me here, though, the ships. I should have cleared that out. So I remember this. This is a huge battle in the north. Low on resources, putting it all in army. Just making use of it. Even though he's low on resources, he had to relocate some of his econ. There's Nebadiah's huge army building up here. He also had his full upgrades. That makes a difference. I did not have my full upgrades. I remember this. Going for that castle was a bridge too far. Then I realized, okay, you're gonna build all these skirms and archers. I'm gonna use some more TCs to fight. You wanna play dirty? I'll play dirty. I had a lot of resources too. I was low on gold. Fully upgraded units too. That was my problem. Low on gold too. Trap wars. Low on gold. No, they had no idea what was going on over here, I believe. He had a lot of resources. Okay, this is whatever I like to build as a king base. James would build somewhere to keep his king safe in case something happened. This is a very nice territory for him, and this is one of the famous aspects of this game. Literally no resources maxed out, but putting it all in an army and just fighting it out, grinding it out. He's fighting for his last left, and he's doing well. Got his trap going here. I had a good amount of resources banked too. Lack of upgrades is killing me. That's the thing though. A lot of times I just do not get upgrades, and that is killing you against this kind of just range, everything. And they're being built all the way back there, right? So I certainly lose some ground here, if I recall correctly. Well, this is Never Die about to destroy red. Building up an army here. Am I getting a new source of gold somewhere, maybe? Getting more gold, certainly. Or is it just relics? He had Arbalest mixed in. That was just killing me. This game, for some reason, I felt like the skirmishers were destroying me. But he had Arbalest in there as well that was helping us. The infantry. I remember this. I had Honorages. I remember the Honorages losing. They're just not cost effective. I think I repaired them. That's what I ended up doing. Literally putting every resource into action, which is what he needs to do. I remember this battle. I repaired this Onager. This is the one that gets destroyed. Oh! My villager repairing this thing. I think she eventually gets targeted though. Having them spread out like this is effective. Line formation. Yeah, so I was in big trouble at that point. I think this is when I said, okay, I'm going to finally use my resources properly to get some light cab out. So I've got the resources. I'm low on gold, but I've got the resources otherwise. That gold is there. I guess it's being covered by his ships. That's why I'm not getting it, yeah. Never die destroying red. Is this king still alive somewhere? Did he run his king in there or something? Oh, there, he's hidden there. It's hilarious. Okay, so that was kind of stage 2 of the north, where I was pushed back. But then I started coming from the north and decided to build some more siege, some light cab. This is going to be a dirty fight. I can't fight dirty. Oh, his farms are all gone too. He didn't have auto queue back then. He was so focused on battle. His farms are gone. He's got to get some new resources here. He's barely hanging in here. Barely. Like I think if we had kept fighting, I would have won this battle. I had the resources. I had the position. But you'll see what happens. Speed up here. Did we start fighting or just when we paused? Sometime around here, we paused fighting, I think. Now, is Neverdie heading that way? Because I was pretty sure he had headed this way and he'd been chased away by the ships. Maybe we missed that. We're still fighting at this point. Okay, I'm getting my TC up. I like that. I'm going to use TC warfare against these skirms. That's the plan. Get the rams, get the traps. Red is killed. And then we consider what happens. You want to fight dirty? We'll fight dirty. I'll build another TC and go action. Never heading over there yet? Not yet. Just finding what to do. I just remember being honored just not being cost effective in this battle. Maybe the lack of range, or the fact that he was so spread out. Yes, he never is planning to attack me here. This would have been key if he attacked me, because I was in good position here. There he is. He's going in. I don't think I see it. What does Neverdie see? Neverdie sends his paladins in. Maybe he thinks that John has killed me. Like he thinks I'm a threat, but then John is here. I think this may be actually, see how we're pulling off? I remember I told John to give me a call. I gave him my number, and I think we were talking at this point. We must have had high speed internet. At that time, we certainly, this is 2002. Neverdie was here. Now, I don't know if I saw Neverdie attack me. I don't know if he ever does. I think he just gets hit by John's ships here. He sees that there's walled, and he gets hit by John's ships. And then runs away, I think. Or maybe he already got hit by John's ships. Yeah, here. He gets hit by John's ships, and then he decides to go the other direction. That would be dangerous if he hit me at that point. Now, you can see what we're doing nothing here, right? Yeah, we're doing nothing. This is the time that we're actually talking. We may even have paused the game to talk here. We may even have had paused the game to talk. I think Neverdie might have been suspicious. And we were discussing, well, is it worth it to fight this? Neverdie's killed red, and he must have thousands of resources, which he does. What does John have at this point? Barely anything. No gold. He's building. He's got a force, but he doesn't have that much. They signaled that he's over there, and we're discussing where he is. But he's got no stone. He's got almost nothing. I feel I had a good chance to win this. I had superior resources. I was finally building up proper. Now I didn't have the proper upgrades because I'm a dumbass, but otherwise, I think I could have grinded him down. Well, I would have defeated him because Neverdie ends up going in the other direction. He would have been crushed. Now, would I have won after that? I don't know. Probably because by the time that Neverdie was killing him, I might have had time to build up properly to defeat him. Although I lacked the gold, that's just the problem. Gold supply was low. Let's speed it up here. So this is when we were making the truce here. We're discussing what to do. let's deal with Nevedai first.
Yeah.
And John was like, well, if you, he knew how I was treacherous before when I beat him that game years ago, right? So he's like, you better not betray me. And we're discussing terms there. There we go. Then my army starts heading the other direction to hit Nevedai from here. Tell him to move his ships, maybe. And just in time, too, because if we hadn't made that truce, he wouldn't have been able to bring these forces down to fight Nevedai. So, heading around the other side. I think he starts trading with me, too, which is key to get the source of gold. Nevedai was just... It's almost like when you have too much time. What is he? R. It's like you're afraid to. It's like, am I really at that advantage? Yes, you are, man. You've got a far superior army. You have thousands of resources. But this is before we played a lot of games in the zone. After this game rekindled our interest in AOK, and we were played some more. But not really till the next year, to be honest, 2003. But we're certainly playing every couple of years, every summer. And this is the game that kind of rekindled that interest. So sadly, not many with John. We had a couple with John. I think we might actually play the Conquerors together. There was a game I played with John and the Conquerors together against a bunch of friends, including Nevedai, where we were winning, and we did win. I ended up being killed again because of my sound issue. I didn't realize they landed my island and killed me. I don't have that game recorded, but okay. So then I ended up going over here to him from this side, while Nevedai is about to kill John potentially. Again, took way too long. Finally, we're at the siege up there. He had the advantage. If he had attacked, we would have crushed him. Now, he still has a far superior army. He's got the Teuton town centers. He can shoot him down with those. He's got no resources. Is he trading with me finally? I don't think he is yet. He's got his army, but like no resources. Okay, so he's got his TCs here. TC push, I guess. Right Civ for it. But he needs to do something with his army. Meanwhile, I'm finally attacking him from this side. That's what he was doing. He was focused on me. That slowed him down. He was finally planning to attack. And he would have attacked. If I kept fighting John at this point, he would have destroyed him from the back. But,
Hey, sir.
This was certainly distracting, I guess.
Belated.
John actually takes the offensive on him here. So I'll force him into action, I think. Attacking the ship's a mistake here. You need traps. You need. I mean, you have the TCs. You gotta be using the troops. He doesn't have the buildings to reinforce it. Then he runs away to fight me. I mean, I'm in a space now. So James in a later James would have won in this area. This is before we played all the zone games after this game. So, and we were all really rusty at the time. He would have won here. This is just lack of experience that was developed later. Oh, is he trying to trade here or something, or clear out the? Not sure. I do remember that John does end up trading with me at some point to get gold. Just following the grind into the base here. No gold though. It's smart to trade actually. I should have traded. Get some gold. This is when he starts to build his ultimate king defense here. We had this there, but he's going to add to this. Too bad I can't speed this up because most of the interesting stuff in the this game happens there. Yeah, you're gonna need more than pikes, even though he didn't have that many villages in there. He had more villages. These Teuton TCs will rip his shreds. He only has like a couple of villages. He needs siege. But I was grinding him, clearing out his base, establishing a foothold there. Didn't know he had this left though. Need more houses. If they get siege engineers. They do. I don't think he got it that game though. Or maybe they don't. Why is it, are these the ones that he's researched maybe? Does that make sense? Because he's got paladins. Why is this green and that's not? Felt like they get siege engineers. Because if they didn't, it would be knocked out. Because he doesn't have that. Protocol, he doesn't have them. Yeah, if you're watching this, jump to the end. This point is just a slow grind to the end part, which is interesting. He's walling off and preparing his ultimate defense. Oh, he's got his trade going on. I had some trade going, I guess. Not enough, though. That'll give him the gold he needs. I think I was telling John what was going on at this point. He didn't really see what was going on, right? We can ally. It was locked. Got trapped now. He's gonna gradually clear that out. That's when I discover his ultimate defense. Oops, I guess I was trying to head through there and I got hit. That's another source of gold for him. Getting that gold probably. It's going to build anyway. This is 2.5 hours, this game? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I think it was normal speed. So if it's correct, this is 2.5 hours into the game. Jeez. Tired at this point, and we're gonna bring in his forces. Okay, you go at him if you want. Oops. Was I trying to kill off Phils for higher pop? We get more units out or what? Yeah, this is a bit annoying having to grind it out here, but just jump to the end, I guess. Build there, I guess. Didn't know what I was gonna face here. Thought it was over, but in for a surprise. I think there might be a gap here somewhere, which is important later. Deceptive. At least you can see deer moving here. There's a gap. Which proves to be critical. Is he out of stone? He didn't build that, or is he just? Oh, he had the stone for it. He just didn't see it. Like, what the heck is this? He's got like a million trebs here. Am I pulling out of the way to let him take a shot at it? Canyon Galleons is preparing for battle. He initially was preparing to fight me. Which is fair enough, right? We agreed to have a truce till the end, but it's getting 3 hours here. See that berserk army going? This gap here is key. +1. He had a key amount of gold. That's key in potential clash he would have had. I finally got out of his way here. He's finally getting ready to go in. Oh, here's another gap. I think this other gap is key. Did he have enough stone? He might have been short of stone here too. And he might have thought that he made it there, but again, another gap. Maybe we've automatically built there, maybe we ran there, was out of stone. That's hilarious. Said, okay, you can go in now. Get the berserks ready. Getting some of that gold. I need that gold. Not much of it though. Oh, I got in there too. I think I said go. Okay, now I want to see what it is like from his point of view when he goes in there. Oops. I'm like, go in, buddy.
Budurin.
Saying, no, you gotta go left, man. This is one of the most epic ends to a game ever. Pass in there. Through here. Defeated. This is over 3 hours into the game. Okay? And he said, okay, you held your word, you didn't attack me during the truce. And I think he was tired out, and so was I. It could be another 3 hours of a game here if we fight each other. Now, his advantage is that he has gold. Now, he won't be able to get any more from the trade. If we fight, the trade will get cut off. But he has a decent amount of gold, so he can build those units. That is a big advantage for him. I do not have that gold. I have plenty of resources. I could sell some of it and then to get some gold. And then I also have a lot of map control, and so I could counter that. We could have a massive battle. It could have gone either way, but it would have taken at least another hour, if not more. And that was it. I think we had, well, especially if I do a king snipe or something. If I go for his king and take out his king before he can get back, or something like that. So that was an epic end to this game. Now we talked about this game the next day. We went to watch some movie together. Me, John, James, and I think RJ was there as well. And we talked about the recorded game, seeing the great battles, and how it was a great game. That kind of, so in meeting the first time in person, we actually had a good game like this to kind of mend the original game where I was annoying the years before in that 1v1 game. I think he was banned from using the computer for a week or something because he was swearing at the computer. His parents saw him swearing, so that's funny. Let's take a look at the stats. Good. Well, we all had negative ratios, I guess, especially when fighting against Never Die. Yes, huge amount of food. Get that gold in the end from Red's gold and the trade profit. Early imp, that's right side though. So. Good amount of villages, that was key for me. The relic gold. Classic game, over 3 hours, real play. And after this game, we got back into, maybe not so much that summer, but the next summer, the next year, we were playing. Although, I mean, I don't have all the recorded games from back in the day. I have a lot of them, but it's possible we played games between this 2002 summer and 2003 that I just don't have saved.